Alright, today's gonna be a guide on how to complete the Cluckin Bell farm rate with the aggressive approach. It is really easy, just like doing a stealth. However, there are some parts that are a little bit more harder since you do have more enemies attacking you. But the good thing is that you can do it on easy mode, which still is going to give you the $500,000 payout at the end. So to trigger the aggressive approach, basically for the previous prep, which is disorganized crime, before the finale, you have to end up doing that mission aggressive instead of doing stealthy. For that mission, it has you going to the cartel's garage, and in that mission, you are supposed to kill them stealthy. You can obviously do it aggressive if you want, but you have to end up killing the witnesses and also wipe the camera footage. And at that point, you would obviously be stealth. But for the aggressive, all you gotta do is just go in, just guns blazing, and you don't have to wipe the camera footage. Obviously, you can kill, whatever enemy spawns in, just, blow through it really quick. You sabotage your trucks, and then of course you end up getting the key card and you're out. And instead of delivering the flatbed, you just have to escape the cartel, and that's really it. So at that point, it's going to tell you that you have pretty much triggered the aggressive mode, and the cartel knows they will be robbing them. So for the finale, once you do end up getting there, you're not going to be arriving on a crate this time. You are arriving on the train. They're already ready for you. So pretty much you could start killing these two enemies right here before the gate ends up closing. Then you can destroy the fuse box to obviously have the gate fully open. And there's about 2 more fuse boxes that you have to destroy in order to continue on. And weapon loadout doesn't really matter that much, since when it comes to the stealth mode, you do want to have one that has good guns with good suppressors. But in this case, it doesn't really matter since you're just going in guns blazing. So I decided to go with A for this one, but again, it's not really that important. So obviously there's gonna be a lot of enemies. Some of them do respawn at points, so really the main thing is just to kill any enemy that you see in sight. And at the same time, of course, you are looking for the office keys. Some tips is that if you are doing this on easy mode or on hard modes, definitely take your time. There are some instances where enemies do just kind of spawn in a lot and they just come out of nowhere, so just take cover at places. But overall, once you get used to this mission, you won't even really have to do that. You could just run through it really quickly. Just make sure that you also do have some snacks and armor, because that will become useful. And then of course, when it comes to the storage areas, for the first one, there's basically 1 enemy. The other 2 are just crouched down, so they're not even going to shoot you. So of course that makes it even more easier. You just kill them all, steal the coke. And then for the next one, it's only 2 enemies. It's the same thing. A tip here for sure is that the coke is going to be in the farthest 2 crates pretty much every single time. So that's something that could save you some time there as well. And then after that, once you get to the office, you get the hacking device. You're able to go to all the computers, and then you get the safe code. You crack the safe, and from there you don't have to worry about anything else. Just literally leave the Cluckin Bell factory from outside. Of course, if you're doing this in easy mode, it's going to be basically 3 enemies. If you're doing this on hard mode, it's going to be a little bit more. But again, it's just something that's really simple for most players. Just kill any enemy that you see in sight. You go to your getaway vehicle, and for this, it doesn't really matter at all. A, B, or C will work out, of course. But if you really do care about which vehicle will perform best, then obviously go with one that that's pretty good, like the Raiden, or of course this Sugoi is definitely the ones up there. So once you end up killing a few enemies, getting into the vehicle, take the train tracks to the right all the way straight. And eventually, by the time you get to around the Sandy Shores area, also the mountains, you will lose the cops. You can either stop and lose them, or just keep driving and try to go off-road just to kind of get them out the way. And once you end up losing them, you can obviously take the vehicle that you're in to Vincent's lockup. But if you want to, you could also call it a personal vehicle. Obviously, I do recommend a fast one, bike, fast car, just something that obviously is going to get you there the quickest. Of course, you also cannot use any weaponized vehicles like MK2s and stuff, but whatever vehicle you want, obviously just call it in and head over to the lockup. Now, when it comes to easy versus hard mode, there's really no difference besides the fact that you do get a little bit more RP on these set of missions, and obviously the finale. If you don't really care about that or not interested in that, then of course that's why I do recommend doing on easy mode, because it really does not affect you at all. And I think a lot of people are going to like it more better, because if you don't really care for RP and if you're a higher level, why waste your time just having to deal with more enemies when you can just do it on a more simple mode. And then when it comes to which approach you should do when you are repeating the Cluckin Bell farm rate, if you do, it's really up to you. I do honestly still prefer the stealth mode. It just seems a lot more simpler, and just once you get used to it, you're just going to be doing it really quickly. Something that you have to kind of compare to Caprico. Most people obviously do that stealthy, so once you are used to this one, it's the same exact way. However, in this case, if you do end up messing up when you're doing it stealthy, you just can continue. I don't feel like you have to restart the entire mission and stuff if you end up messing up. But anyways, though, that's the guide for the aggressive approach. I'll be having more guides, of course, on Cluckin Bell farm rate, especially on the setup. So definitely look forward to that, as well, just giving more tips and tricks for this update. So if you guys did enjoy, though, make sure to subscribe and put up post notifications. Definitely check out the stealthy mode. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.